And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, listen, you guys have been following along, watching the videos. Hope you've been enjoying them. We are just days away. We're less than a week away from the AchieveBiz Explosion conference that's going to be happening. And I'm telling you, these past few weeks, we've been kind of giving you the speaker spotlight series. And yep, you guys did. Johnny Ortiz here. You're over the top MC for Denver, for the Denver experience. And today, guys, we're diving into a topic that I'm telling you, every single entrepreneur, leader, coach, consultant, business owner needs to hear. You ready? There's 4 keys. Success. You put it on your keyboard. There's only 4 letters in it, but it spells the word success. But not just regular success. We're going to be talking about sustainable success. And our guest today has dedicated his career to helping other leaders and organizations create that lasting growth and aligning mindset, leadership, communication, and aligning everything on purpose, right? He's an international, get this, guys, international speaker, best-selling author, podcast host, business strategist, and founder of Sustainable Success. His message has impacted leaders and organizations around the world by helping them build businesses and lives that thrive for that long haul. Christopher Salem, let's welcome you to the stage. How are you today, my friend?
Hey, Johnny, good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Man, I'm excited. Again, we're just days. We've been doing this for a few weeks, and we're just a few days away from Denver. Based off what you know, the events that you've gone to, what can you tell the people watching right now at home, second guessing, not sure if they're going to come? What can you tell them about Denver?
Well, I can tell you, it's definitely, if you're a small business owner, regardless of where you are in your business, whether if you're just starting out or maybe thinking about becoming a small business owner or an entrepreneur, or you're already established but looking to get to that next level, this is a place to be. And the reason why is because there are so many different people that have an expertise in certain areas of running a successful business. This is what Achieve is all about. So no matter if you're looking for help with marketing or sales or operations, or, just to get set up or get, regulated, depending upon what your business is, you can find that here. And so how could I sum it up? It's a resource hub. Simple as that.
Goodness, we were just talking to people about getting around people, right? You become the average of the 5 people you hang around. But I also think you become the average of the 5 people you allow to influence you, both good and bad. Now, talking about success, Christopher, what's something that most people, most entrepreneurs believe about success that is actually sabotaging their long-term success?
Well, here's the thing, that they believe that success is all measured by, what you achieve. But here's the thing, a lot of success is found in your setbacks, your mistakes, your even past failures, because without them, you can't grow by, if you don't turn a challenge into an opportunity now into a solution, and a solution now into a result. So a lot of times, like when we're faced with certain types of challenges, we've been taught to kind of go around them, kind of avoid them. But every great entrepreneur understands that you have to go through them. You have to embrace them. And sometimes that means you will get set. There will be a setback. There could be, maybe this business didn't work out, but doesn't mean you're out of the game. It's what you do next with it to learn and grow. And I can tell you, every successful entrepreneur have had their share of mistakes, shares of past business failures, because without them, you can't succeed and sustain long-term. To be an entrepreneur is not for the weary. It requires that you have to be strong emotionally, physically, spiritually, and so on. But we're human. And this is where at Achieve, you get to now align with people that have been through every phase or aspect of that journey. So I just wanted to let people know that success isn't always about wins. You're gonna have setbacks, but it's only a loss when you get out of the game. But when you stay in the game, you turn those mistakes and those setbacks into more wins.
We could end the show right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a pen handy. Go back and watch the replay. I'm write that those are what I call writer downers. You definitely got. And for someone that has experienced success, I'm pretty sure you've also experienced your fair share of failures. And I gotta ask, is there or was there, or let me ask you, what defining moment in your journey was there where you realized success and sustainable success weren't quite the same thing?
Well, again, and let me refine sustainable. Sustainable doesn't mean everything goes right. It's again navigating those challenges and turning them into opportunities. Think of it like a roller coaster ride, but instead of riding the roller coaster, you're staying in the middle. You're not reacting to the ups and the downs. You're kind of just again adapting to where you are. You're trusting the process. So yes, I've had my share of setbacks. There's been times where, again, I used to react back in the day, or I would deflect how I felt onto what was happening in that industry I was in, or deflecting onto other people that they didn't do what they were supposed to do, thus why I couldn't do what I could do. But see, I've realized, through emotional intelligence and effective communication strategies, that I can't control other people and situations, nor will I ever. So I have to trust the process of controlling what I can, and that is me. And that is my communication to myself, from my inner champion over inner critic, how to communicate assertively versus passive aggressive to others, and ask the right questions to make sure there's no room for assumption and speculation in the communication, making sure my behavior is in alignment with my communication in an assertive versus passive aggressive way, having an attitude of it's happening for me, not to me as the victim or using excuses, emotions. And even if I'm angry, that I don't have to react. I can respond to other people in situations outside of my control rather than react, and then taking massive action, meaning that I not only define goals, but I break them down. I rank and prioritize them. I focus on what I can control, let go of what I can't. I treat it like a puzzle. I work with the pieces I have right now in the moment, trusting that other pieces that I don't have will come into my control to complete the puzzle. So I lead from intentions, not expectations. When you get caught up in expectations, you're putting all of your energy into the control you can't control, other people and situations. But if you lead by intentions, you're now putting all your energy into what you can control. And that's those 5 things: communication assertively, behavior assertively, attitude, it's happening for you, attitude of gratitude, emotions, responding versus reacting, and actions, prioritizing, ranking, focus on what's really relevant and moving your business forward, getting rid of anything that doesn't serve you, and delegating everything that's important and urgent that can be delegated, freeing up your time to focus on what really matters to move your business and help your customers, clients, whatever that is, to do the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like the free version of what you're hearing right now, wait till you come to Denver and see it live and in person. Christopher, you've been able to work with leaders all around the world, all across the nation. What separates those leaders who create that lasting impact from those who experience the short-term success but eventually plateau?
So in this case, what separates them, Johnny, is they're accountable. They're accountable and they're consistent. So this means, again, there are going to be things that are going to happen outside of your control. But instead of deflecting or pointing the finger or, hey, I don't want to look bad, or I don't want to fail, so I'll get out now. You go through it. Even if you take your lumps, but nonetheless, it's the accountability that gets buy-in. People trust when people are consistent, when they are disciplined and consistent. You rub off on them in a good way by being the example and being resourceful. So that accountability shows that you are committed to the process, no matter where you are, either with the ups and downs of wherever you are in that phase of the business. That's what builds sustainability. That's what builds rapport and trust with others that now see you as someone they can really model from. And in many cases could also help become great joint alliance partners, because they can know they can trust you and that you're reliable. And because of your accountability, are going to follow through and make good on your part of the agreement.
And seriously, I'm almost 100% certain there's some of those joint partners, accountability partners that you're going to be able to find at the Denver Business Explosion. I'm just going to do a quick little, we now interrupt our regularly scheduled program, right? Because there's going to be some incredible speakers. You're going to have, Forbes Riley's going to be doing the keynoting over there. She's going to be doing some incredible stuff. We've got John Register. We got Vanessa Salem. You're going to be part of the panel that's going to be doing some incredible stuff. And so you guys cannot miss. I'm telling you, this is one of those events that I think the link is, no, I'm sorry. It's right there at the bottom, Click that link, get registered, book the airfare, get the train, get the bus, whatever you need to do to get to Denver, but you got to get in the room. All right, now back to our regularly scheduled program. Christopher, if someone comes to Denver and they're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, wondering what's next, what mindset shift would you want them or could you tell them that they would be able to leave Denver with if they showed up?
I would just say, again, be transparent and come with an open mind. Doesn't matter if your business failed and you're looking to start all over again. We've all been there. So just be open, be transparent, leave your ego at the door and come open to now, not to be a sponge to absorb this information. Ask questions. And there's no amount of questions that there's a limit on. Just ask certain questions that are going to be important to you. And it'll give you an opportunity also to see maybe there's a mentor or mentors that you will be able to align with your personality, generational, cultural, and ethnic type, or any combination thereof. That now can be a person that could be a chess piece for you to, start to get more wins and point you in the right direction and learning from what has worked for them. You're not becoming them, but you're modeling yourself to become what you're best and knowing where to, steer the ship based on your strengths and leveraging your weaknesses with other resources and processes.
Oh, absolutely. And the people that's going to be in that room are like-minded, entrepreneur, business-minded, growth mindset, abundance mindset, people that are going to they're not necessarily better than you. They just might be further along the process than you. So come, learn, develop these new relationships, get outside of your comfort zone. Christopher, I got to ask, what's more dangerous, failing or succeeding at something that's taking you in the wrong direction?
I would say succeeding what's taking you in the wrong direction, because I've seen so many people go into businesses for all the wrong reasons, to just make money. If you go in it to make money, you may make money for the short term, but there's going to reach a point where that's going to end at some point. And sometimes when we fail, it tests your commitment, your endurance, that you're not going to allow that to sideline you or go back to a job or go into something else that somebody said would be better than what you're doing. But I've learned more from failure any day of the week than I've learned from just succeeding. It's all part of the process. I've even had the luxury of talking to Richard Branson back in the day in 2008 when I was speaking at a conference in Houston that he was keynoting, and I was invited to the Virgin party. And I said, Richard, Virgin Group owns a lot of businesses. You can't possibly be successful in all of them. And he goes, you're right. We've had our share of failures and we've learned from them and know what to get out of and what to stay in, so to speak. But one thing we're always committed to excellence. We're always committed to the process. It's not about being the best, because if you're trying to be the best, that's where you're going to allow fear. You're going to allow having to, look perfect and be the part hold you back when you don't feel that is in order. You got to show up to be your best. That's what sustainability is all about. And it allows you to know when to throttle back to recharge, when to push forward with full steam ahead. And it's all about harmony, right? A seesaw would never be balanced on its axis point like this, require an enormous amount of energy from a physics standpoint to do that. It teeters. That's where you're required to be. And this is where the Achieve experience, the Biz Explosion experience, will help you to accomplish that.
Oh man, great! I love the answer. I've heard it a couple of different ways. Matter of fact, I heard it that failure is success's closest and nearest ally. Right? The more you fail, the more you're going to succeed. And so I wonder though, how do you know when success is costing you too much?
Well, that's another thing, because here's the thing that I want to point out for a lot of people, especially for entrepreneurs or solopreneurs. There are many people that define success in looking the part. So I'll say that again. They define success looking the part. They may look really successful in a meme or a banner or on social media. Meanwhile, that's not reflecting in the numbers of their business. In some cases, there is no business. They look successful, but they're not. This is where I want to be very clear that I'm not saying that social media and certain things are not important to grow a brand and to grow a business. They play a part, absolutely. But if you're putting more money into these things to make you look the part or to stand out in that regards, that's not probably good strategy to launch a business. It's got to go into really starting a business the way a business is meant to be started and putting it there and then allowing those other things to come into play later. But there's too many people that are investing money into looking the part, but not being the part.
Wow. Absolutely. And you know what I love about this conversation with you, Christopher, is that it's reminding us all that something many entrepreneurs forget, right? Success isn't just about getting there. It's about creating something worth sustaining once you arrive. And I love that you clarified that, because a business worth growing, it's going to come along with relationships worth protecting, a purpose worth pursuing. And that's exactly why this AchieveBiz Explosion matters and why they've put this together, because growth without the direction we were talking about can be dangerous. But
Correct.
growth with clarity, purpose, and the right people around you, that's the game changer, the life changer, really. And so if you're ready, if you're watching this right now and you're not sure, I need you to, again, the link is right there. Go ahead and register. Come, get in the room, grow your business, strengthen your leadership, and build success that actually lasts. I want you to join us. This is a straight up invitation. Come hang out with us. Again, Johnny Ortiz, I'm going to be the over the top MC for the event. Christopher's going to be there. Vanessa, the whole crew, everybody's going to be. You got to get in this room, because success is an achievement, right? Sustainable success is a lifestyle, guys. We're going to be in Denver. Why don't you come join us? Christopher, as we wrap this thing up, in one sentence, one phrase, one paragraph, however you want to say it, what's the greatest investment someone can make in themselves right now?
The greatest investment is to continue to keep on learning. Just learn and apply. Not just learn, but keep learning and applying. You're never too old. I don't care if you've been in business for 30 years. You're always learning and applying. Be humble. Always have gratitude, knowing where you came from. And that is so important, especially when you're looking to build rapport and trust with the audience you serve. And I will always leave on this quote that I always leave with everybody: give without expectation. What that means is, don't give to please and enable others and to do and keep people stuck and stagnant. Give without expectation from empathy and kindness, meaning empower people through your example, how you communicate effectively, how you behave in alignment with that you see things happening for you, not to you, how you respond versus react, and taking massive action, and then be resourceful for them to do for themselves. So when you give without expectation, it comes back from somewhere else. You receive without resistance, as long as it serves you. And if it doesn't serve you, don't do it. But if it serves you, because you can't give what you don't have, you have to fill your cup in order to spill onto others. I can tell you, if you really adopt that statement, give without expectation, receive without resistance, and say that and apply that every day consistently for 1 year, watch the magic happen.
I'm waiting to hear all those bombs dropping right now. Guys, that is exactly why you need to get to Denver next week. Again, the link is below. Go ahead, get registered, bring your business partner, your spouse, whoever you need to bring, accountability partner, whatever it is, you need to get in this room. Hey, Christopher, thank you so much. It's been a blast having you on here. I can't wait to see you in Denver next week.
Johnny, thanks so much for having you, and we'll see you in Denver.
All right, bye-bye.